Alrighty, today is April Fool's Day here in America. It's April 1st, the day I hate the most because it's usually bad jokes and dumb puns, and by like 9 o'clock, you're sick and tired of stupidness. And since we're sick and tired of stupidness, I'm going to talk about the presidential election of 2020. And right now, there are 17 declared Democratic candidates. I know what you're saying. It's just 17. That's right, there are 9 other people who are estimated to run, and there are some 200 gag flies that are in the listing as well. My video today is going to be about Joltin' Joe Biden and, well, why and when we put up with bullshit. So, like and subscribe, hate and comment below. And some of this is going to be a reflection of Donald Trump. And some of this is going to be brand new. And you're going to think, well, how is Joe Biden like Donald Trump? Other than they're both men. And they're both in their 70s. And they both had the something president in their title. Now, here's why. So of the 17 announced candidates, which Joe Biden actually is not one of them yet, you're going to see Kirsten Gillibrand. And of course, when you think you are going to win the election as a party, you can sniper off some of the, well, bad apples, right? That's the reason why Senator Franken is gone, is because Kirsten Gillibrand basically said what is completely and honestly correct. You can't feel up a woman while she's sleeping, act like it's no big deal, and keep your office. And, she had a moment of honesty by saying that Bill Clinton probably should have resigned back in 1998 with the whole Monica Lewinsky thing for, having a sexual relationship with an intern, right? And for other sexual issues that he had. But Kirsten Gillibrand's campaign has gone nowhere. And the reason why is not because, well, Kirsten Gillibrand is a bad candidate. As a Republican, I would have no problem if she was the president. Okay. Not all of her issues are going to be what I want, but not a bad candidate, right? Not a bad leader. Semi-conservative for New York standards. And look, been in office a long time. Was a 2-term congresswoman and then has been a senator since 2009. The reason why her campaign hasn't gone anywhere is because Democrats are, well, they're in fight or flight mode. And the reason why is because, unlike 2 years ago, when the whole Me Too movement started and you could start pegging off some of your bad apple senators, and it looked like Donald Trump was going to be easy pickings in his reelection, I could argue today that Donald Trump has over a 50% chance of being reelected. Not simply because he will be the Republican nominee, it's because after the Mueller report, and yes, there will be parsing, and yes, some of the media will say, yes, it doesn't exonerate him from obstruction, and yes, we will find collusion with the Russians. Yeah, the Mueller report, most Americans said, okay, there's no there. Maybe there's some sort of corruption, but again, there's no there. And while it's never the crime, it's the cover-up, most of the American public has said, well, there's no there. And yeah, he probably had sex with a porn star and a playmate, but we kind of knew he had low moral character. And this is where it relates to Biden. So Biden this week is taking some shrapnel because, he probably sexually harassed, number of women in the past. Only one has came forward so far, but there's enough video of him giving kind of creepy hugs and pats on the head and kisses of women that, yeah, he kind of has always had that kind of creepy look to him. But like Donald Trump, you are willing to put up with a lot of bullshit if you want to win and your options are limited. So at the end of the day, the Republicans chose their best candidate in 2016 because it was the one that could beat Hillary Clinton. Now, was Donald Trump who we wanted? No. Is Donald Trump of high moral character? Seriously? But when you want to win, and, the narrative was you needed somebody the exact opposite of Hillary Clinton, you got Donald Trump. Now, for Joe Biden, he was the vice president for 8 years. And if you look at the 17 announced candidates, Democrats are talking a lot about diversity and and it's important. Look, Republicans had a lot of diversity back in the 2016 election. We had African Americans, we had female, we had Latinos, we had different religious backgrounds, right? At the end of the day, they wanted the one who could win. Of the 17 announced candidates, does anybody think that Cory Booker could beat Donald Trump? Peter Buttigieg, I don't even know how to say his last name, is mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Juan Castro, John Delaney, Tulsi Gabbard, or as some of my friends on the left like to say, President Dictator Assad's favorite congresswoman. Kirsten Gillibrand, for all of the wrong reasons, right? Kirsten Gillibrand would be a great candidate because, because she took snipes at the party. Now she's feeling the shrapnel for it. Mike Gravel, a Greg Fye, former senator from Alaska. Kamala Harris. John Hickenlooper, who's a little too weird, right? Jay Inslee. Amy Klobuchar. Not bad. I wouldn't, again, not necessarily bad. Wayne Messam. The mayor of Miramar, Florida. You think I would know it since I kind of live near him. Yep, don't know how to pronounce his name. You're basically left with Beto O'Rourke, who couldn't beat Ted Cruz, a very unpopular senator in a wave election. Bernie Sanders. Elizabeth Warren, who, has a lot of problems. Andrew Young and Marianne Williamson. Those are the 17 announced candidates. Of the 17, who do you think could win presidency against Donald Trump right now? Right? Yeah, there's going to be no name recognition of that. Of that 17, I don't think you have one. I don't think you have a single Democrat right now that could beat Donald Trump out of that list of 17. And I think most Democrats know that. That's why they're putting up with, Joe Biden's past. That's why they're going to overlook the Anita Hill stuff. That's why they're going to overlook the sexual harassment of women or just the creepiness of it. Because they don't have a W in that list, at least not yet. Now, if Donald Trump continues to screw up or things do come up in the, the hearings, or look, if the Southern District of New York finds stuff more against the president, by all means, it opens up this list. So maybe a Kamala Harris. But again, Kamala Harris pissed off Jamaicans, right? Pissed off her parents, okay? You don't like it when your dad gives an op-ed about, just because we're Jamaicans, that doesn't mean that we smoke pot, you idiot. Most Jamaicans don't smoke weed. So Kamala Harris already put her foot in her mouth on that. You look at the list of 17, there's a winner in there. But you know who is a winner? The one who's on the outside. His name is Joe Biden. And you will put up with a lot of shit if you think you can win. So, that's the long and the short of it. If times are great, you don't have to pull up with Bill Clinton. George W. Bush. But when times suck, you put up with a guy who, got a DUI and snorted cocaine and wasn't exactly the best father. Or you put up with a guy who chased more skirt than anybody in, any politician in Arkansas history, and who didn't inhale, and who continued to chase more skirt as the president. So, you put up with shit because you want to win. That's what both sides do, and we do it well. So like and subscribe, hate, and comment, and we'll see you around.